Inside Huntsville with Brenda Martin, a conversation with department heads at City Hall on streets, ball fields, public safety, and more. And also with our community partners that add economic security, support education, and enhance the city's quality of life.
Hello, I'm Brenda Martin for Inside Huntsville. I'm so glad you tuned in today. We are all aware that the Downtown Rescue Mission in Huntsville works every day for a segment of our community that's less fortunate. Coming up in February, the Downtown Rescue Mission will sponsor a unique 5K run and fundraiser. And here with me to tell us the details is Tonia Beverly. And Tonia is the Director of Events and Partnerships. And she does a fabulous job in pulling these things together. Tonia, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me again, Brenda. It's great to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too. Well, I've heard of many different types and observed, different types of 5K runs and fundraisers, of course. But Carts4Heart is a little unusual.
It is very unusual. There is nothing like this anywhere in the South.
Is that right? This is it, huh?
This is it.
Okay. What is it?
It is a play on the Alaskan Iditarod. Instead of a sled, there is a shopping cart, and instead of dogs, there are 6 people, and they all are heavily decorated, and they run through downtown Huntsville in February, so, you know, they could be wearing shorts or they could be wearing parkas.
Okay.
But it's to raise awareness of the homeless situation in Huntsville and the weather conditions that they're all living in.
And that's interesting, February, because it's cold.
Right. And yes, the teams get together, they run together, and it's just totally different. It's very fun and unique. It's a costume contest. It's a fundraiser. It's a food drive. It's just something really
different. Okay, now, where will it be held?
It's going to be downtown.
What's the route?
The start and stop will be across from the lumber yard on Cleveland, 108 Cleveland.
Yes.
So in that city parking lot is where we're going to start, and then it goes around downtown Huntsville and comes back to that city parking lot for the finish.
Okay, so how many miles is that?
It's 3.2, so it's a 5K.
Okay, yeah. Well, now, on that day, tell us exactly what will happen.
So the teams come and weigh in. They do food drives and fundraisers before the event. So they bring all of their food and we weigh it. And then they bring their fundraising donations and we check those. And we actually have prizes for top fundraising team, top food raising team, best costume. We have a judge's choice for best costume and a people's choice. People can vote $1 a vote for the team themes that they like the best. And so they'll get all of that done, and then they'll line up at the start with their team, and they have to run together. They have to either be touching the cart or be attached to the cart. So it is a team event. And then they'll get started, and they all cheer each other on. It's so much fun.
Is
so
it
much
really?
fun.
Well, now, and I'm trying to visualize this. So this is a team effort, and everybody they have a cart, and spectators are on the side.
Right.
Okay. And I understand that you have asked them to be a part of this.
Yes,
How?
we want them to participate too. They can bring gently used clothing, and we have big red laundry carts that'll be going along the race route, so they can shoot that clothing right into the cart to donate clothes to our thrift stores, which in turn, that money comes right back to the mission. So that's another way that they can participate. They can bring food, they can bring clothing, they can bring donations of money. And the teams, they go all out.
They do.
They do. Last year, we had James Clements' FCLA team turn their cart into a jet.
Oh, my.
And the team was all dressed up as famous aviators in history. And Sherry Shamwell does a great job with them. And we had another team that turned their cart into a Volkswagen bus.
Okay.
And they were all dressed like hippies, and they were hippies for the homeless. We had the shameless huskies that all had little ears and tails. They were so cute. But they really get excited about making this theme something of a spectacle.
Well, now, is it too late for people to pull together a team and call you or
Absolutely not.
participate?
Up until the week of the event, they can register at Carts4Heart.tk. It's only $25 a person, which is what the price of most 5Ks are.
Okay.
But we encourage them to go ahead and start grabbing some extra cans when they're at the grocery store, or asking their church or business to sponsor their team to get that fundraiser, because the prizes are very cool.
Well, now, how many teams did you have last year?
We had 18 teams. It was our first year, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. We had 18 teams, and I had 3 of the, food donation barrels. And I had one team bring in over 1,000 pounds of food.
I was going to say, just for your first one, you guys were pretty successful.
3,400 pounds of food donated at that event. So
Wow.
It was really amazing. It was a blessing for sure.
Let's talk a little bit about the mission and what you do.
Well, the mission is a homeless shelter and recovery center for men, women, and children. Last year, we had an average of 248 people that stayed with us nightly.
Wow.
We served over 271,000 meals last year. So we have emergency shelter for our homeless population. We have a 1-year Christ-centered recovery program for people that are struggling with addictions or just need help getting back on their feet. And all of those services are completely free. And then our moms and kids, our primary goal for them is to get them into safe and affordable housing. And then, of course, we just help people in our community that are working poor, people that are really having to struggle to figure out what gets paid this month.
Oh my.
They can come to the mission and get a bag of food or some free clothing so that they can go on an interview and get a better job and maybe change their circumstances.
Okay. So having this fundraiser and the food and the money, all this goes to support your mission.
Absolutely. The North Alabama Educators Credit Union is our sponsor for this event, and they are covering all of the expenses. So everything.
Kudos to them.
Absolutely.
Kudos to them. Yeah.
Everything that comes in that they raise goes directly to operations to keep the lights on and the water running and and prepare the food and give them the services that they need to change their lives.
And one of the other things in my research, I found that talk about the fact that all of this money pretty much goes back to your mission.
Absolutely.
There's not a lot of administrative.
We
and
are
I like that
very
about you
good
guys.
stewards. About 14% overall for the whole year goes to administration and fundraising. For this particular event, it's less than 8%.
Wow.
So we are very, very good stewards. We use everything that we get directly to help our clients and our residents and to make a difference and to bring these folks to Christ.
Sure. Now, you mentioned that Carts4Heart was a multifaceted approach to giving and sharing and social conscience. Explain that a little bit.
It really is. Again, it's in February, so it's bringing awareness to the homeless situation because it may be very cold. It could be raining or snowing or beautiful and sunny. Who knows? It's Alabama. But then it also is a food drive, bringing food to the mission. 98% of the food that we serve at the mission is donated.
Okay.
And then it's a fundraiser, bringing those funds in to cover the operational costs of providing for these folks. And then the clothing. So there's lots of different ways that people can get involved and participate and sponsor the event. We still have sponsorships available. So it really is a broad approach to all the needs of the homeless and hurting in Huntsville.
Mm-hmm. Now, my time is running short here, but tell us again how one can register.
Go to the website at Carts4Heart.tk and click on the register button. It's $25 per person or $150 per team, and they can get somebody to sponsor that for them so that they can run for free. And it's very, very easy. It's very fun and unique, and I really think that Huntsville is going to grab onto this event because it is totally different.
Who came up with this idea?
Me.
You did. I know.
I saw an
You are
event
so
similar to it from Boston, and really liked the idea and kind of worked
And
it
you
to what we
tweaked it.
could do here
Yeah.
in Huntsville.
Yeah. Well, now, how many are on a team? Do you have a certain number?
6 people on a team.
6, okay,
There
6
are
on a team.
no limits to how many teams we can have.
Okay.
So go ahead and register now. Let's really blow this thing out and just have a great time. I do want to say,
Okay.
I don't run.
Okay.
So I have created a last place prize for those people that want to have fun and participate but have no interest in sweating. So
Okay.
they can participate too.
Also. Well, one of the things I really like is about this run is the fact that the spectators can also participate. And I understand they can even put in foods or clothing in the baskets,
Yes.
or in the carts, I should say.
Yes, they can. We don't want them to throw cans of food because that might be dangerous.
Exactly.
But we do want them to bring gently used clothing and throw those into the carts as they go
Okay.
by.
Okay.
It allows them to participate in really the fastest parade in Huntsville.
That's right. Tonia, it is always a pleasure to have you on. You've always got something different to share. And I want to thank you and those that work at the mission for all that you do for people that are less fortunate in this city. Oftentimes we're a community that has so much, and we forget sometimes that there are people out there that don't have as much as that are hurting. Let's put it like that. And so we're grateful for the Downtown Rescue Mission.
Thank
to
you
help those
so much,
individuals.
Brenda. I really appreciate you having me. And you are a blessing to us, and we are a blessing to others. So
Well,
we are
thank
we are
you.
grateful
The
for that.
Downtown Rescue Mission is truly it's a beacon of hope for the homeless.
We try
So,
to be.
yeah,
Thank you.
so we appreciate it. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for joining me for allowing me to come into your homes with another episode of Inside Huntsville. I'm Brenda Martin. Have a wonderful day.